Hello folks, and welcome to episode 0 of XCOM UFO Defence. I should say the difference between this and the 2012 version, I believe, is the year it came out, Enemy Unknown. UFO Defence refers to the 1993 version. So, if you hear UFO Defence, it's most likely people talking about this game. Enemy Unknown, then obviously the 2012 version, Enemy Within, the expansion. But anyway, this episode is mostly going over the options for the people that have played XCOM before, as I feel that is kinda necessary. The only thing I've really changed here is the display resolution and the battlescape scale, so I can see just a little bit more. The geoscape, basically the globe for people that haven't played it, where you kind of see everything that's going on. Keeping that the same scale. Obviously English. Actually, is there English for... Yeah, there's English for the UK. Let's do that. Display mode. Windowed, obviously, so I can see the timer. Audio I haven't really messed with in-game. I've messed with that outside game because it was deafeningly loud. For the controls, I haven't really changed anything, so yeah, that's the thing. Right, geoscape. You can show the funding countries on the globe, radar ranges, and flight paths as well. I'm keeping all them on, even though flight paths was not in the original, nor was radar, and nor was the countries. Just as it's a bit more information. If you played the game long enough, you'll know roughly how much the radar, how big the radar range is. Flight paths you can't really predict, but it does help you strategize a bit more. Funding countries, it's just extra information. That's it. You can actually see it in its own little tab, but just having it on here is, well, it's pretty nice to have. The battlescape. I'm actually going to turn on the path preview. In the original, you pretty much clicked on an area and he would take his own path. You wouldn't know which way unless you slowly gave him points to move to. Time units, it would also hide that from you in the original as well. Time units, for people that haven't played it, this game, say I'm going to crouch. That would take, what was it, like 3 time units to crouch? Each action has its different costs. And movement, everything like that, it takes time units. Turning takes time units, things like that. If you want to strategize, on the fly, this is pretty nice to have, as it tells you how much you're going to have essentially after you've done a little bit of math, and if you'll be able to fire once you move to a certain location and turn around. So this is going to be nice for me. I'm going to turn down the move speed, just as I like to see everything that's going on. Scroll speed, that's fine. Fire speed, I also like to see everything with that, so yeah. One thing that wasn't in the original as well, but is exceptionally useful for people that have fewer soldiers, which I am going to do. If you want a soldier, just leave it in the comments. I'll actually put out this video a bit early so that people see the video and actually ask for a soldier. I will then record the actual episode Saturday. If you want a soldier, just tell me what name you want, and we'll take it from there. Though do expect to die. So turn that on. Mods. Let's just skip ahead, because this has got a lot of options. Aliens pick up weapons. This was not in the original, and I don't intend to, Changing mods, as you can see, will automatically restart the game. So if I'm going to change anything, I'll do it off camera. So yeah, UFO Extender. This was another thing that was this was another open source engine kind thing patch. So was XCOM UFO, so that's what this is all about. Gun melee. I don't think so. I don't think I'll put that on. Psionic line of fire. I'm kind of tempted just to make it a bit more like the newer games, but then again, that would make ethereals and everything, sectoids, a lot less of a threat, effectively reducing them to easy mode. Starting avalanches, there's two kinds of missiles on each interceptor, a stingray and an avalanche. Stingray I believe is more armor piercing, avalanche is just pure damage. I will not be doing this. Now, this is one I really want to put on, but I'm not sure if I will. Unlike the 2012 version, this game at nighttime, you will need electro flares. Electro flares light up an area. In urban settings, there could be a street which has street lights on it, effectively like an electro flare. Thing is though, everyone hates nighttime missions because aliens do not get limited line of sight. Unlike you have to have light in that area in order to see. So I'm thinking of actually turning this on, so it's always daytime, just so it's an equal playing field in terms of that. Other than that, it's just I really don't like nighttime. I've not seen many people that do like the nighttime missions. Nighttime, obviously the exact opposite. That's a no-no. Fighter transports. If I remember correctly, I did play a little bit of UFO Loader, which had XCOM UFO in it. Fighter transports allow you to transport soldiers on the fighters, which I'm not going to do. Mostly as it makes no sense. High explosive damage. If I remember correctly, let's just see. Okay, there is one other. But if I remember correctly, this will allow high explosives to breach UFOs. I'm gonna leave that off. Just as, well, it's really advanced metal. How are we gonna exactly blow that up? And also it could cause unneeded damage to stuff inside the UFO if I accidentally misplace an explosive. Improved ground tanks. I never used tanks in this game at all. So I'm gonna leave this off because I don't even know what the base ones are all about. Heavy laser. I'm not sure. I have used laser weaponry, but not plasma weaponry. So I'm not sure. Well, if we even get that far, I'm not sure if I'll put this on or not. No psionics, that's a no-brainer, that's a no. Pistol auto shot. Let's keep them single fire. Let's keep them single fire. Sky Ranger weapon slot. Transport vessels normally don't have weapons. You know, for humans. Aliens in games, yeah, sometimes they'll have weapons on their transports. We're gonna keep it to no. Starting defensive base. I believe actually there is a thing in here which allows us to, yeah, custom initial base. So these three actually are a certain no, because I'll be building my own base. Stat strings. I'm not sure what this does actually. This is the one I might have skipped over in XCOM Util. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Anyway, play intro. I'm actually just gonna turn that off. That doesn't affect the playthrough itself. All it affects is me actually loading up the game. Autosave. I'll save myself. Save's coming. No. I may reload from the start of a mission if something goes horribly wrong and we just die, to give it a second go, a bronze man, if you will, from Long War, for XCOM Enemy Within. But that's about as far as I'll go in terms of loading. If someone dies, hell, it's XCOM, baby. That's the phrase everyone uses. No different here. Yeah, we'll just keep that on. 3. Change values of mouse wheel. Nah. Maximize info screens. No. FPS limit, we'll keep it at 60. Anyway, Geoscape, aggressive retaliation. This is pretty much the, that is not really affecting the game. UFOs will attempt to detect your bases at all times, regardless of their mission parameters. No. Each ship for the aliens has its own set mission. Let's keep it to that. Custom initial base I did go over. We're turning that on. Building queue. New facilities can be placed next to unfinished ones. In the game, there is an airlock type thing. Not UFOs. New facilities have to be attached to already built. I'm going to turn that on just in case I want to actually make a specific layout and in case I forget. Forced craft launch. Craft can be launched even when they aren't ready, overriding the need for maintenance. If I do this, I'm going to turn it on, but if I do this, I am putting the interceptor at risk, because it will already be damaged if it's been hit. And if it's not been fully refueled, then it might not actually be able to get to the site. Or chase the UFO, rather. Storage limits for recovered items. In the original, you had general stores, they stored all your stuff. They didn't have limits for recovered items, so like you could have like 300 plasma rifles, for example. This would make it so you can't have that. So basically they'll abide by general store limits. So I've only got one general store. I can't remember, is that like 200 storage? I believe so. So basically this would have it sticking to 200 at the very max if I had nothing else. So I'm going to keep that off for the moment. Live alien sale. Allows the sale of live aliens, recommended when using storage limits. Since I'm not That's fine. Psionic training at any time. Allows assigning soldiers to psionic training at any time of the month. Remember, initial training takes from 30 to 60 days, so about 2 months. A month to 2 months. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Realistic global lighting. This doesn't affect the game as much. Really, it just affects the tilt of the Earth in the game, so the light is a bit more realistic. Let's do that. Psi strength evaluation. Or, yeah, evaluation. Yeah. Evaluates the psionic strength of all soldiers after the appropriate research has been completed. I'd like to know. Craft currently in flight can be transferred. Well, why not if they're close to the base? It only makes sense. Okay. Terror from the Deep. Manufacturer rules. Allows manufacturing products to produce multiple items per hour, as opposed to XCOM UFO Defence's 1 item limit. I've never played Terror from the Deep, so I'm not sure how this all works. But let's do that. It seems like if you add enough engineers on the thing, that multiple units could be made in an hour. I think that'd be alright. Spend researched items. Researched items are disassembled and removed from your stores, like in XCOM 2012. After researching live aliens, the body will be returned to the base stores. So basically, instead of living dudes, being researched and coming back living, he would be turned into a corpse, like in XCOM Enemy Unknown. I will be referencing that a lot. I think it's only logical. Field promotions. Only soldiers that were present at the mission site are eligible for promotion. I think that's fair. Battlescape. Sneaky AI. AI avoids exposing themselves to the player whenever possible. It wasn't in the original. And in all the XCOM games so far, the AI hasn't been doing this. So I'm going to keep it to that. UFO extender accuracy. Accuracy of shots drops off after a certain distance, according to the shot type. Adjusted accuracy will be displayed on the cursor. It seems realistic. It affects me as well as the aliens, so yeah. I'm thinking it affects the aliens. I would sure hope it does. Inventory stats show extra information on the selected soldier in the inventory screen. The inventory screen is once the Sky Ranger, the transport ship, has reached a battle thing, you can equip people with certain weapons. This will show likes of their weight capacity, because if you go overweight, they're not going to have any time units left, pretty much. Or they're not going to have much left. So, yes, let's do that. Enhance soldier sprites, why not? Grenades primed to go off in 0 turns will explode immediately, instead of the end of the turn. I'm going to keep that to no actually. Save pre-primed grenades. Saves grenades primed during pre-battle inventory in the soldier's equipment layout. No. Explosion height. So basically, explosives, they can go 1 up or whatever in terms of their explosion. It would be logical, but it would make things like high explosives, which I use a lot, very overpowered. So I'm going to keep that to 0. Auto end battle. This is a godsend. Battles automatically end when the last living enemy is neutralized. That's a yes. In the original, you had to basically move all your soldiers as if you thought there was still aliens around, and then when you end the turn, then it would end the mission. With this, it auto ends it as soon as the last enemy is dead. Really nice. Smooth bullet camera. Battlescape camera will remain centered on projectiles while in flight. You know, let's try that. No, we won't disable auto equip. Confirm fire mode. Require a second click on the same tile to confirm fire orders. It would prevent misclicks, so, well, not prevent, but reduce them. Okay. Alien weapon self-destruction. In 2012, XCOM Enemy Unknown. I was right with the date actually, or year. Weapons explode when the alien is killed. It wasn't like that in the original. So I'm going to try and keep it as close to the original as possible. If someone's, just like, for example, infantry stats, extra information. Okay. Allows psi capture. Mind controlling all remaining aliens results in victory and they count as live captures. It would make sense. Yeah, let's do that. Right. Alternate movement methods. Enable strafing, running, and independent tank turret movement when holding control. Nah, let's keep that off. Override line of fire. Soldiers can only fire on aliens if they have line of fire. Even if it's from one end of the map to the other, they have to have line of fire to even attempt a shot. So we're gonna keep this on. Next turn screens during battle are advanced automatically after a short delay. Yeah, I suppose. Terror from the Deep damage formula. One of the other differences between Terror from the Deep and the original XCOM, your weapons could do 0 to 200% damage. So either you'll take no damage or you'll take double damage. And it's random. Terror from the Deep, they made it so you'd deal or take 50% damage and 150% damage instead of actually the damage of the weapon. So say that the weapon done 10 damage. It could do 0 or 20 for the original game, or 5 and 15 for Terror from the Deep. Terror from the Deep. Another reason why it was hard is pretty much alien weapons would always one-shot you. Pretty much all the time, bar a few situations. Though later on, you actually had a chance of living. In this game, no matter how good your armor was, you pretty much still had a chance of being one-shot. Or if you had no armor at all, you could live a plasma shot to the face with actually no damage. I'm going to keep it as close to the original, like I said, so this is going to remain off. Suppress panic messages for aliens. Unless they are visible to the player. Well, I suppose you can kind of hear their screams of distress and everything, so I'm going to keep this off. Alien bleeding allows fatal wounds to be inflicted on most aliens. You can be inflicted with bleeding, in which your health will drain by that certain amount by the number of fatal wounds you have per turn. So if I had 3 fatal wounds and I had 15 health, I'd have 5 turns to live. It'd be the same for the aliens. I'm going to keep this on, as it's just logical, and it's only most aliens. There is some mechanical aliens. Let me see. There's only like 2, maybe 3 mechanical aliens. I don't know if the silicoid actually counts as mechanical. However, the other 2 that I'm thinking of are definitely mechanical. But yeah, it turned out this episode is like half an hour going over the settings. Shows your current funds next to the geoscape clock. And why not? So yeah, this is pretty much all these settings that I'm going with for this playthrough. I'll put always daytime on in just a second, once I've ended off the episode. So yeah, next time we begin a new game. This has been Scottish Boy 112 signing out. And remember, if you'd like a soldier, please leave a comment in the comment section below with a name that you want, and I'll get that sorted out for you when the first episode goes up. Well, before the first episode goes up. Anyway, see you all next time.